Hey everyone, and a very warm welcome to all the SSC aspirants out there. We've got some huge news that I know a lot of you have been anxiously waiting for. The Staff Selection Commission has just dropped the final results for the Assistant Section Officer, or ASO, Limited Departmental Competitive Examination. So let's jump right in and break down this official notification together.
That's right, you heard it correctly. The wait is finally over. The Staff Selection Commission has officially declared the final results for the ASO/Assistant LDCE. This is a massive moment for every single candidate who sat for that computer-based exam way back on June 15, 2025.
All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty. First things first, to make sure there's zero confusion, we need to be crystal clear about which specific posts and which exam years these results are for.
Okay, so listen up. The results that are out right now are for two very specific groups. First, you've got the Ministry of External Affairs, the MEA, but only for the 2022 batch. And second, it's for the Central Secretariat Service, or CSS, for the 2024 batch. Now, what's really important to note here is that if you're waiting for MEA results from 2023 or 2024, those are still pending. They're going to be declared separately.
Now we're getting to the part that I know everyone is dying to see. Let's talk about the number of open spots versus the number of people who actually got recommended. This right here is where the numbers tell the real story.
So first up, let's check out the data for the Ministry of External Affairs for 2022. It's actually pretty straightforward. There were 4 vacancies in the unreserved category, and the fantastic news is 4 candidates have been recommended. That's a perfect 1-to-1 match, a 100% selection rate. You can't ask for better than that.
But, and this is a big but, the picture for the Central Secretariat Service for 2024 is, well, completely different. Just look at these numbers. Out of a whopping 238 total vacancies, only 30 candidates were recommended. Let that sink in. If you break it down, for 133 unreserved seats, only 28 got through. For 55 SC seats, just 2. And what's really shocking is for the 50 ST vacancies, 0 candidates were recommended. This huge gap is the big headline here, and it really suggests that the exam was either incredibly difficult or the eligibility criteria were super strict for this one.
So when you see a difference that big, the next logical question is, what in the world were the cutoff marks to get selected, right? So let's take a look at the scores of the very last candidates who made it onto the final list.
For the Ministry of External Affairs 2022, the cutoff for the unreserved category was a solid 207.50. That's a pretty high score, which, makes perfect sense considering every single vacancy was filled. It was clearly very competitive. Now, shifting over to the Central Secretariat Service 2024, the cutoff for the unreserved category was set at exactly 190.00 marks. And for the SC category within the CSS, the final cutoff score was 180.50. And as we've already discussed, since no candidates from the ST category were recommended, there's no cutoff score for them to even report.
A question that always pops up is, what happens if 2 candidates get the exact same final score? How does the SSC decide who gets the higher rank? Well, they don't just flip a coin. There's a very specific step-by-step procedure they follow. Let's walk through how it works.
Here's the official 4-step process. So first, the commission looks at your marks in paper I. The person with more marks there gets the spot. Easy enough. If those are also tied, they move to step 2, marks in paper 2. Still a tie? Okay, on to step 3. They look at your date of birth, and the older candidate is placed higher. And then, in the very, very rare case that you're still tied after all that, it comes down to the final tiebreaker, the alphabetical order of your names. So, the results are out, we've seen the cutoffs, we know the whole deal. But what's next? Let's quickly cover a few final, but really important updates you absolutely need to know as you move forward. Okay, there are 3 really crucial things to keep in your mind. First, just to repeat, the MEA results for 2023 and 2024 are still coming, so stay tuned for those. Second, this selection list is purely provisional. This is a big one. It all depends on the final verification of your eligibility and documents. And third, the detailed marks for every single candidate, whether you qualified or didn't, will be uploaded to the Commission's website very soon, so make sure you keep an eye out for that.
A massive, massive congratulations to everyone who made the final list. And for those of you who didn't quite make it this time, please do not get discouraged. Every single attempt is a valuable learning experience that gets you one step closer to your dream. So now that these results are public, I want to ask you, what is your next target? What are you aiming for now? Let us know down in the comments below.
अगर आपको ये वीडियो हेल्पफुल लगी हो
तो लाइक, शेयर और सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें। और कमेंट करके बताएं अगर आप किसी स्पेसिफिक टॉपिक